How you doing? God bless you. This is Pastor Reku. I got something very important to share with you. So, for about a week plus, I've been in the city of Abuja and I've been using Google Maps to, drive my way around, trying to locate one place or the other. And this is me who lived in this city for years. So I'm very, how do I get to this place now? I have to use Google Maps. So some of those locations have left my mind. And then the Spirit of God said, this is what happens when you leave spiritual things for a while. I've been in this city for a long time. Now I'm finding it difficult to locate certain places because a lot of things change. And the Spirit said, this is what happens when you leave spiritual things for a long time. There's some of you today. A few years ago, you could pray for hours. An hour was like biscuit to you. You just chew it in prayer. You're done with church and you call some of your friends. You go to one corner and you light another 2 hours. But today, 10 minutes, you start yawning. You find it difficult. What do you think happened to you? You see, spiritual life is based on present form. You don't have the luxury, to depart from prayer, from Bible study, from evangelism for a period of time and pick up from where you stopped. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work. So you see certain individuals today, while they were in their secondary school, they were so fervent, leaders of FCS, YCS. Today, they have completely disconnected. Because there are periods in our lives that we must be very, very sensitive to. One of it is when you're in the secondary school. Because of the environment, once you catch the fire there, it's a fire that is subjective. It's a fire that has to do with your environment. So when you leave the secondary school, you see some individuals, they disconnect. This also happens to many in the university. Fellowship leaders, unit leaders. Today, some don't go to church. I know a couple of them who were leaders in our fellowship who club today. In short, they almost sound like atheists. These were people who used to teach in school. You know what happened? The moment you leave certain spiritual environments and you don't connect back, before you know it, months will pass, years will pass, and there's a complete disconnection. The support, the fire in your spirit is not there. So spiritual things become so difficult. What should you do? 1, be very, very aware of how you grew up spiritually. If your spiritual journey was in isolation, it means that it had nothing to do with the fellowship per se. You invested your personal hours to grow. You have to maintain it. If your spiritual journey was environmental, so it had to do with your fellowship, it had to do with your church, never you think that you will survive outside it. Listen, there are jobs you should not accept. Other believers may accept those jobs and still be fervent. There are Christians today, because of the kind of jobs they do, they attend service maybe once in a month or once in 2 months. But they are still fervent. They still have time for evangelism. They still preach the gospel. There are some others, if they are away from that kind of atmosphere for 2 months, they'll almost fall off the faith. Be sensitive, okay? Be very sensitive. Understand what works for you and maintain it. Don't stay away from the things that fuel your growth, that fuel your passion. Don't stay away from it too long. If you do, it won't be long. You find it difficult. It's the same law. It's not just a spiritual principle. It's a principle for life. If you haven't played football for 10 years, the day you play football, you'll be panting like a donkey, like as though you are going to drop down dead. All your bones, your ankles will be aching. But if you do it over and over again, you catch up. If you stop for a while, it becomes difficult. You may find it difficult to pray. What about fasting? Some of you used to fast. You were literally called a faster. Today, 6 to 6 is like, oh my God. Oh, I have ulcer since 1942. You don't have ulcer. The problem is you left it for so long. Do not leave spiritual things for so long. Before you know, you will lose interest in evangelism. You can't stay away from evangelism for 1 year and just pick up from where you stopped. You will not pick up. Just the way the human body, if you sit in one position for a long time, when you get up, you notice you're feeling some pain. You have your blood has to flow in a certain way again before you get yourself. Spiritual things are that simple. Ask yourself this simple question as I close. What has worked for you? How did you become fervent? Keep at it. If you are losing your fervency, don't worry yourself. You don't need any extra help. Just go back to do the same things you used to do. Now it will be difficult, but you have to persist. If you do it today, tomorrow, before you know, 10 minutes will become 20 minutes in your study. Before you know, 20 minutes will become 1 hour in your prayer. And give yourself some few weeks, you'll catch up. All right? The Lord bless you in Jesus' mighty name. I hope to see you this Sunday, all right, at Christ Island International, Havila Hall, Amak Plaza, News World Building, Uso Zone 3, Abuja. God richly bless you. And if you're in Benin City, don't miss the Easter special, all right? The men of God from Christ Island will also be there to bless you. God bless you all in Jesus' mighty name. Catch you on the next one. Bye.